Because when you're humble, you're likable. And for a lot of things to happen in this business, you have to be likable. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people out there that's way more talented than I am. And they make the talent get to them head where the ego surpass their talent.
Welcome to the journey, where if you're here with us, you're someone of stature, you're someone of accomplishment, you're someone of achievement. But we like to focus on the journey about the path that got you here, you know, so we can inspire the youth to come and keep this thing going. With no further ado, bring to you one of the hottest DJs, selectors, promoter, management, Markus Platinum. Oh, go on, sir. Bless up and love, you know. So welcome to the journey where, as we say, we like to take it back a little bit, get in depth with how you got here, you know what I mean? So a lot of time you can inspire the youths, you know what I mean? Because you know, sometimes I have to give back. Definitely. And trailblaze a way for the youths then. So in terms of that now, how did you get here?
It's a journey. I mean, you know, it's funny enough. I not have one of them story there where you can hear from a lot of DJs or people in music where, you know, them inspired by this one and that one and they grew up with the music and everything. This whole thing was, to me, I always tell people, say, music kind of chose me. I didn't choose music. Okay. You know what I mean? It was a hobby that I picked up in high school. High school in Jamaica or high school here? No. And the funniest thing, I grew up on the same exact block right here.
Really?
Well, not this very block, but I grew up on the other side.
Other side? Over the valley?
Yeah, because when I grew up over this side, no black people don't live over that side there when I grew up. But the same very block there, we're not having it on the other side.
So born in Jamaica?
Born in Jamaica, came in when I was 10.
Okay.
And go every school from 144 right on the block.
No, 144.
And Truman High School right around this thing. So picked up music because of, you know, just the friends that made their own and all of that. And decided with my cousin, hoped and said, you know what, we're gonna start a sound. Just out of fun again, not expecting for it to go anywhere, just something to do at the time, you know what I mean? Buy 1 and 2 records and this and that and all of that, and started practicing. We used to have like a couple other guys who start sound at the same time. All of us just decided we're gonna start sound. So it was like maybe like 4 sound system. Everybody buy them look at cheap equipment because that's how we could have buy at them time there. You know what I mean? Some could belt drive turntable and this and that and buy records, and because we start from record days, like real vinyl, not no laptop or CDs or anything. Yeah. And you know, after school we'd go and practice and everything. So after high school now, my cousin decided, well, both of us actually, it's crazy, both of us signed up for the army. We both signed up. We signed up for the army. He decided after a while, like 2 weeks after, I was like, I'm not gonna army, I'm gonna just go to college instead. So went to college, my cousin went out to the army, so that's how my brother now, Paul, took his place. Okay. Start mixing and all of that, and you know. So
you say your brother Paul is mixing, right? So, and you're more of the MC, right? How that happened? How that formed?
So going back to me and Hopeton again. Hopeton was actually MC, I was the mixer. Okay. That was because at that time I had like a squeaky voice. Yeah, my voice would have a more like an MC sounding kind of voice, you know? So yeah, me used to mix and everything, and then me teach. You know, Paul practice the mix and whatever, so I was just always the more outspoken one between me and Paul. If anybody know Paul or everybody know Platinum Kids, them know them call Paul the quiet.
Paul are your blood brother?
Same mother, same father.
Okay, yeah. And that's a younger brother?
Yeah.
Okay, alright. So you have any more siblings?
Yeah, man, a 5 away.
Okay, alright, cool.
Yeah. 2 sisters and then 2 sisters, 3 brothers.
Okay. Yeah. Where in Jamaica you was born?
Mandeville.
Mandeville. Alright, only for Mandeville people right now. I trail the thing. Alright, cool, you have one and set. Alright, so Mandeville, your father in what? 11, 7,
10.
When you're 10. 144, Truman, you pick up music in the high school. you start DJ with like your uncle and thing and...
Just fun and thing, you know what I mean? Just enjoyment and things.
So when you just say no, alright, yo, I'm kinda good at this, you know, like...
I mean, honestly, from the get-go, like, everybody around the neighborhood, everything would tell us, like, yo, no bad, like, you know what I mean? Everybody, but, you know your friend them, so you must say that, them are gonna say whatever. So we never really, at them time, was getting bookings or anything like that. So how, I would say, this is why I say music chose us, because we decided now, you know, we just start having our own little party then. Okay. And as you say, in the valley. In them time there, I grew up in the valley when valley was the valley. So people was like scared. Nobody not come around this. So you know what I mean? So we used to just have like party and then everybody from the neighborhood would come in and you know, all the kids them
backyard thing.
Okay. And all of that. And then the first club party that we actually had was a all school jam. With a guy, I don't know how he decides him gonna give it a club at them age because we're talking about 500 to 600 teenagers, 15 and 16-year-old.
Oh. So that was the
first party, like where we had a charge at the door and all of that.
Okay. Which club that?
I think I want to say it was this place called, it's still on Watkins Road, it's called Primrose Cricket.
Okay, right there, so by 220.
Right.
Yeah.
And when I say Pap, you know, Pap, beer kids, 15, 16 beer kids in there. And then we just started doing that on the regular. We just started a party on the regular. So I think we started getting bookings because people said, okay. People were more booking us because we had a crowd more than say book because we're good DJs. So people would book us because they think, alright, we'll book them, so they're going to bring them
crowd because they have the high school crowd,
right.
you have the young generation lock.
Exactly.
And I was one of them. So it's a pleasure for having you here and a pleasure for everyone on the journey and you bring us down through memory lane and thing. Primrose start off. Alright, so you do them look backyard thing you know, you name a building on the streets and thing now. And you even start show you your first big thing where you charge money at the door. Like where after that now, where did the thing take off from there?
So it's the next step now, you know, I'm in college and everything, so we started again the whole thing started growing up because now we're actually getting bookings and people are pay with complete and you know what I mean, we're still doing our own parties and everything, so it just get like really popular amongst the, again as you say, like the younger party goers at the time and our party them just known for have crazy females at the time, you know what I mean, it's always 80 to 20 or 70 to 30, you know what I mean, so again, you know that the bookings them just start coming in and then they say, you know what, we can't actually, because the actual deal that I made with my mother, because, well, reversing back a little bit, as I said, you know, where I grew up in the valley and everything, and used to get in a whole heap of trouble.
Days,
yeah, man, used to get in a whole heap of trouble, get kicked out at school and arrested and everything, so by the time I finally made it to college, you know, my mother was like, yo, you know, I'm not very distract me from, you do good now, you're not around the bag of friend them anymore, so I'm gonna say, alright, this music thing, I'm gonna feel like if I go work, I'm gonna want to take it serious, so I say, alright, this ideal then. I guess that was school, you have to stop playing music. So that kind of gave me the incentive to stay and go through college and everything, you know what I mean?
And you just said that helped you through your career, that you stayed and...
Definitely. Even though I tell people that I have a degree that I never really put to use, meaning going to work or punching in, but I feel like it gave you some kind of, it gave you a kind of security to know that, you know what, I can't try this, but if it don't work, I have something to fall back on.
Okay.
And I think that helped a lot. If you know, say you're not risk it all, you know what I mean?
True.
You know what I mean? So you know what I mean?
That let you just be who you are.
Right, exactly.
How you get the name Platinum?
So the Platinum Kids name came from in those times, if you remember, it was the era of the young money, bling bling, all of that. That's where everybody started using bling and platinum jewelry and this and that. So it was just a term that was just frequent in that time, you know, music and everything. So we just picked up the name. We're literally kids, and you know, just platinum around the place, so just Platinum Kids. Alright,
I want to show something. I want to switch it up real fast. I want to do a thing we call a rapid fire. Quick, short answer, nice and sweet. Rapid fire. Gully or Gaza?
None.
Alright. Bunty or Beanie?
You can't rapid fire that. You can't rapid fire that.
I got you.
You can't rapid fire that because two and always been from the get go from them days. Like, it's two different artists. It's two. Them have two different vibes. Them have two different energy. Them have two different. You know what I mean?
You can't love
Bounty Killer. Me that say more. Me that get Bounty to the edge because of what Bounty Killer have done in music as far as bringing so much artists into the industry.
Which is right. Yeah. Day party or night party? Day party. Okay. You smoking or drinking?
Smoking.
Okay. If you had to choose one genre other than dancehall and reggae for listen to, you could have only listened to a genre then. What genre of music would it be?
Hip hop.
Okay. We could segue into that then. If you could have a roster, like now we are watching NBA and thing, what would be your starting your starting lineup? Five hip hop artists.
I'm old school, so you know I forgot Biggie, Tupac of course, Jay-Z, Nas, and
anybody new?
Can't understand what the new artists they must say. Play the music. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? No. You see nowadays now I start feel like my mother and my father when they just say, "Boy, this other music."
Yeah.
I start have that feeling there right now, cause even in dancehall, can't understand. I don't know what they must say. I don't know. I can't relate. But you know, we just have to play it, cause
true.
That's our job.
Marcus, why you paint me a picture right now? So let's say even tonight at Thursday, you know you have something famous on Thursdays, Unwind Thursdays. Brilliant idea, whatever, right? Paint a picture like you book for your party, you're walking at the party, like what's your mindset like? What you look for? You check out the crowd? Are you nervous? Like what is like in the mind of a top DJ, like top selector, like you're walking at the venue? Paint a picture there for me, please.
So I mean, I think we've long past the nervous part, and we more get excited. The bigger the crowd is, the more excited we get ready for play. Me just excited. I'm ready. And everybody always asks me, Marcus, why you always walk up and down that party? And I think that the reason why we're so good at this is because that's what I do. When I go now venue, I can't stand up one place. I don't stand up in a VIP or whatever. I have to go through the crowd and see who's in there. Get a feel of the demographics of the crowd. You understand? And I think that's where a lot of DJs lose. They lose what they're doing is because you can't go. Me and Paul from day one we always say like we don't put out what juggling together. We don't decide we're gonna play this song tonight. We don't do that. We never did that.
That was actually gonna be one of my questions. Yeah,
you can't do that. To me as a DJ, that's nonsense because if you're booked for somewhere and you decide, okay, I'm gonna play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you go there and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is not working, but you don't have it doesn't make sense. So I'll go through the crowd, walk up and down, and if you make one circle around the crowd, you're supposed to
gauge what
one, have a vibe of what one, okay, and then you see how them react to what's going on right now before you go on, and then you say, and you build from there.
Okay, so we know saying I really put on like you want to play them tune, but what's the preparation behind it? Like even sometime like was it 3 weeks ago they were on party and DJ the party. I'm gonna tell you play a tune, but the way you set up the tune and you do your intro, is that something that you practice? Is that something that just come natural? Like
it honestly just come natural, and people used to always ask me like, "You Paul practice? Him tell you what to say, him tell you where I'm gonna play, him tell you this, him tell you that." No, it's just a natural chemistry. I guess because we're brothers.
Yeah, so that was
it's just a natural. It's a natural chemistry.
Okay, what somebody that say, all right, you know how some people play early one. What do you prefer to play? Because normally you close out the show. Like first thing, take the final shot for basketball, right? You get the ball, you gotta shoot. You prefer that? Like how did you grow into that role?
Actually, I don't. I prefer to build my own vibes. And to me, my best experience has been events where it's only like 2 DJs and I get to go do an early part, come back into a next part, or whatever the case is. I like to build my own vibe, I like to build my own energy. Not taking anything from anybody, but a lot of DJs now is doing this whole thing with them. And I understand it because everybody wants to get the highlight. Everybody's trying to get to the top. So you know what I mean. But a lot of DJs will mash up an entire event just to try to get that play that 10 songs so they know everybody are waiting on, and that just it ruins the event. It ruins
them a forward chase.
Yeah, it ruined the event. So for me personally, if I can I prefer actually build the dance and make somebody else close it out.
Okay.
Because
okay.
I know that I'm good at that.
Yeah, set the pace.
I know that I can set the pace. I know so I can play the appropriate song at the appropriate time without rushing the event or whatever the case is. So you can have a nice, smooth event. Everybody can enjoy themselves. Because at the end of the day, it's not about 10 minutes of forward. It's about 4 hours of people enjoying themselves.
Which is right. So yeah, look out for not only the people them at the party we come for party, the promo, you know, just get a alright.
And it comes from me being a promoter too, because I want somebody to come to a Platinum Kids event and say, yo, enjoy every minute of it. From
not
early
just this
part
person.
to, you understand, not just, oh, I enjoyed the last 10 minutes, but the rest of the party was trash.
Yeah.
You know?
As a selector, Markus, what gave you the biggest rush? Like, what you say, yo, this is why I do it, like?
When you're on a festival stage, if you see a lot of people, I don't know if you know this, but a lot of people now call us the stage show shows because we usually do a lot of the big festivals, the Jerk Fest, the best of the best, all of those. When you're in front of 30,000 people and you can't come on that crowd like an artist, when you can't get the far with them like when an artist that get, yeah man, the biggest rush, you can't talk that.
Okay. What do you think about this new, well it's not really new, but what do you think about the money pull-up phenomenon?
I don't like it because me as a selector will play for vibes. I'm an energist in the like, again, we'll go back to, I want to see everybody enjoying themselves. I don't want to know that 10 man over here, so I stroke them ego and I do what them do or whatever the case is, and the rest of the crowd did. You know what I mean? So the whole money pull up thing, there's a way to do it, and the vibes is still there, but you can't tell the selector them will definitely just go there just for that reason alone. And you can't see. If you look on the dance, the event, you could see that everybody not enjoy themselves. Yeah, please them 5 or 6, 7 man, yeah. And you know, it's just foolishness when it's done like that.
In general, we just say like the relationship between fellow selectors in the industry. I feel like it's a good relationship. I feel like something where like what do I say about that? Like you feel like gonna work together or
it depends. It depends. You have some people that's not comfortable with their position in the industry. There's some people that they feel like everybody's a competition, or they feel like everybody's a threat to their position. You see, when you work with DJs that's comfortable with who they are and know their stature in a this and no say, no matter what you do, no matter if you take that dancer tonight, it's nothing. It's not gonna affect me because me know some take 3-4 dances before this, I'm gonna take. So if this particular event you go and you get the shine tonight or whatever the case is, it doesn't do anything to my ego because I know myself in this. So if you work with them kind of DJs, that it's not a problem. But then you have the ones them where, again, they're not comfortable with who they are. They're not really in a place, but them not steady in it. So them feel like say if they don't show up tonight, it'll go affect tomorrow.
Yeah.
You understand? So
yeah. All right. So we talk a little bit about selecting your upbringing and thing and how you get into this music industry and thing. But you're a man of a lot of you spread your wings. One of the things where you, like rate you for and respect you and see you do your thing and I'm a lover is you're promoting. How did you get into that space?
Again, same thing as I said. Started same thing. As much as I'm a selector, I'm a promoter. They go hand in hand. So started promoting the same way we started DJing, you know. And it just over the years it just grow. Like we started just doing bigger and bigger events, and you know what I mean. Then we're going to the artists and the show thing, and you know what I mean. It works, so you just continue to do it. Just get bigger.
What's some of the joys of promoting?
Definitely when you do an event, and again, that's what I said, me take it so serious as far as, if you look at majority of my flights, you see that my lineup, they don't change because I try to stick with what works. As far as, we just want everybody when they come out to have a good time.
Okay.
I don't want you to leave an event and say, it was okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. I want you to come out like, yeah, that shot Palooza mud. Can't wait for the next one. This mud, we can't wait for the next one.
A lot of people don't, some people know, but some people may not. What are some of your achievements in terms of promoting? Like, call name. You can call name. You put in the work. So, alright, you just said Palooza, Bikini Palooza.
Bikini Palooza, definitely one.
Right. Where that say like your top, let's call it, alright, top 4 events. Like Bikini Palooza.
Bikini Palooza is definitely one. We used to keep school uniform. You know, we retired that.
Mm-hmm.
School uniform was our first big party where thousands of people.
That retire?
Yeah, man. About 3 years now, we just keep school uniform, but everybody else has to bring it back. So we're actually talking about bringing it back this November.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I mean? We did it for 17 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did it for about 17, 18 years.
Cause you know that also tie into history and New Year, you said, cause that tie into a lot of historical venues that we no longer have. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Black Theater,
right.
Wild Palm, all of those venues we sold out with school uniform till we took it to Amazura, Cark up Amazura with school uniform, and it was just a thing where me and Pa sit down and say, yo, this is our main event, and that's like our baby. Me don't want to see it decline. So we say, you know what? We're gonna rest this thing at the top. And the last one we did was actually Lady Saw fine last performance.
Oh really? Before she turned minister.
Before she turned, yeah. So we had Lady Saw and Sprague Benz on the last one, Amazura. We say, alright, we're gonna leave it right there. So and start a new event.
17 years though.
Whole heap of years.
Oh. Alright, where does the key to your consistency? Because you know a whole heap of DJ must come and go and have a look of hype if you have a 2 year or them tied to a venue or them can't go bigger than the venue there. And you know what I mean, where does it make you so consistent? You're always one of the first names when it comes to in the music history, especially in the tri-state.
It's a few different things. It goes back to being comfortable with your position. So not being afraid to help the upcoming DJs, upcoming promoters. Not being afraid to give them a helping hand, because in return it gives you like a new energy, you know. It gives you like a new energy. That's why I say Bounty Killer is still Bounty Killer is still there, because he helped so much people that if somebody of us say he's down or you feel like he's down, I'm pretty sure say when I'm on my turn I help him, and that's what me kind of replicate, because I feel like say if me try to help, the more you me try to help, the more it's gonna keep me.
I call it no, you're the Bounty Killer this music. I call it no.
Yeah, man, and then it also comes with delivering. You have to deliver.
Okay,
what the people
you have to
expect.
keep putting out
you
the
have
product.
You have to keep delivering. You have to give the people them the events. You have to keep the standards of the events. And as a DJ, you have to deliver as far as you can't charge a person $800, $900, $1,000, and you go there and you playing and the man I say, oh dog, I say what me pay this for. You understand? I say you have to always deliver. And that's why, as me said, even though I don't like the fact that, as I said, majority of the events them me close, but regardless of when I got it, I go come hardest, because I say, yo, me take this man $1,000 and so
you have to perform.
You get to me, I say you have to deliver.
We segue into now, we have a selecting, talked a little bit about the promoting, but you also know into like artists, like physical music and pushing these artists. And matter of fact, a lot of these artists that bust, you are one of the first ones must say bring them into the New York space.
And that's because so as you know, I'm working with I doing it very closely. I was actually the first promoter. Going back to that, I was the first promoter. Going back to Bounty Killer, the first time I doing it came to America was Saga to the East. You know, Saga to the East where Killer keep a general. We link up with him through a mutual friend, and him say, you know what, him want to carry Saga to the East here. He want to do the launch party here. So we connected and we did the launch party. The lineup for the launch party was at Wild Palm. It was Bounty Killer, the singer Marlon Beans, Wayne Marshall. That's time Alliance. Vibes Cartel was on the flyer, but however he never made it because he lost his visa right before the event. And then all my friend them, Unruly, them was like, yo, you're the new youth Alliance. And I said, what are them? I say, yo, I do on here. And they give me one CD with I do on here and Busy. And I say, yo, that artist is bad for show. I call Killer and say, yo, Killer, put that artist up on it. And I say, yo, I'm just going for the visa. I don't know if I can get it in time. I said, just put him on it if anything. So work out. He got his book the day before the event. Wow. The day before the event, him getting booked.
Meant to be.
Him had to fly rush to airport, no suitcase, no nothing. No nothing. You know what I mean? And then so the link just make from there with I doing it. So I ended up being the promoter where the majority of them showed them at the tri-state area. Just because it was the friend, it was, you know, you meet some people and you just connect. So, you know what I mean, him comfortable working with me comfortable working with him. So, you know what I mean, we just built a relationship and we started working and doing shows. And I say, from that, I guess, artists, you know, news travel. So a lot of artists then see that a lot of venues where I do and I was able to sell out at that point in his career, shouldn't have been able to film with them. So everybody kind of made the connection and said, oh, because them youth and in my work and thing, and you know what I mean? So
it's a
synergy, it worked good. So a lot of artists started reaching out to us now. So as you said, majority of the artists them right now, I get called right now where man just are going for them visa and I say, yo, you know, we're going for the visa. You wanted the first tour or the first couple shows or whatever the case is. So
I bring back, you know, like memory lane. Man, like I do now. First time I say, you know the ghetto, you, and then come out with, when you see some chicken head say, yeah. So yo, it's a JOP was like my thing, isn't it? So I guess that's why kind of, even when I see name on a flyer, I say, alright, man, come on, a party like a shot. There's no doubt about it. But with all these things, you have obviously your first love, the selecting, you have the promoting. You have these, you manage certain artists and things. Like, what time do you have for you, for your personal life and everything?
No,
is there a balance?
No, definitely, because you know I'm very big on family and me and my kids are very close. So definitely before like even now, I was home all day with them and you know going to pool and this and all of that. Carry my son big on the outdoor thing and fishing and everything. So I carry him go Bass Pro Shop and him go doing that.
Okay, which
you
is
know what I mean? So
which is right.
You have to.
That's not like the country life.
Yeah, the first lesson that I don't know how I picked it up or how I was able to tell myself this. The first lesson of this is you have to keep the entertainment as what it is. It's entertainment. It's not real. You know what I mean? And the minute you forget that, at that time you're gonna lose yourself. That is not real. You have to protect what is real. What is real is when you go home and you close that door, and that's what's real. All of this out there is business, or it's a bunch of people that act like say you're the Donna, you're the general because they need to be around you, or because you have linked to this, or they can go down a party free, or whatever the case is. In your mind, you just always have to tell yourself, this not real enough. Them girl ain't really like you, you know. Them dog you never really rate you, know, brother. You have to tell yourself that, no matter what. And I think once you can understand that, then you realize, alright, my family and my loved ones, my mother, this, you have to keep them close. And you have to just pinch yourself every now and then and just wake up yourself and just remember that this is right there, so you have to protect it. You have to protect this because this is what really matters.
Well said. And I feel like that's a message that the youth, them, if anybody I watch this, pick up on that. I think that's one of the most important things.
You have to, because I mean, and yo, it's crazy. Me, on the way here, I was having a conversation with one of my partners on BRT. You know, we just did BRT.
How was that, by the way?
Crazy. You know, and me and Hans are talking just now. We are talking about some girls where we know would come out, you know, just partying or whatever the case is, but just girls with bright futures, and they just got eaten up by this life, because a lot of people don't know how to balance it, a lot of people don't know how to manage it, a lot of people don't know how to use it. That's what it's for. You see, like we keep Unwind Thursday, that's what entertainment is for. You go about your regular business through the week, and whether it's a Thursday or a Friday or a Saturday night, you say, alright, I got reset. You know what I mean? I go out and enjoy myself. Some people flip it around and start live this life as it's real. You understand? And that's where you get lost. It will consume you. Like it's worse than any drug. You understand? Because it will definitely like ruin, and I've seen it, and like I've seen it happen time and time again where this lifestyle ruin people's life if you can't control it.
So control it.
You have to
figure it out.
You have to
use it for what it is.
Use it for what it is. And understand it for what it is, and respect it for what it is. It's entertainment. It's a break from reality. Some people turn the break from reality into their reality.
Yeah. With that being said, there's also a flip side. There's one heap of people that do need the for unwind, and you make feel good and you give them a joy. But I say that to say this. do you feel that you're underrated? Which I think you are. So, no, but you can tell me. Because I think you are. But we want to hear it from you.
I mean...
In the game of... Alright, it's a BRT. Look, who's on BRT? Who's booked for BRT this weekend?
Alkaline, Dexter Dobbs, Mr. Killer, Bonja Guy.
Do I need to say any more? Right? Alright. But do you feel that you're underrated?
I mean, it kind of doesn't matter to me.
Got you.
You know what I mean? It kind of doesn't matter to me because, again, I know why I'm here right now. At this point, I know why I'm here. I'm here because it's a means of feeding my family. It's a means of, you know what I mean, taking care of what needs to be taken care of. So, I'm no longer doing this for recognition, or I'm no longer doing this for somebody to say, oh, you're the man, or you're the this, or you're the that, or whatever the case is. You understand? I've accepted who I am in this industry. I mean, no say I'm comfortable with whatever flaws they want to give me, I'll take it. But at the end of the day, them flaws they can't go to the bank.
Facts.
That's it.
What's next for you? What's next? Because right now you're on a level, but there's no ceiling.
Yeah, it's just to keep climbing and just, you know what I mean. That's why I do a lot of partnership. It's just to keep growing and see how far we can take this thing at. You know what I mean, as you said, there's no ceiling, there's no limits, and every day opportunity presents itself where we can say, okay, you know what, this can take me to another level and another level and another level, and it's never ending.
Yeah.
It's never ending. It's a big world out there, a huge world. You know what I mean? And everywhere you go, there is another opportunity or another chance for you to climb to a next level and make a next milestone.
If you can tell someone that's coming up now, that kid that was in the valley, that kid that's in the valley now, that kid that's, yo, I'm go at a party there, you know, I see Markus are doing thing, you know, and I want to enter a lifestyle there. I want to be amongst these artists, I want to be keeping these parties, I want to be in that lifestyle. What advice would you give to that person, that he or the she that wants to come up and say, yo, I want to be the next Markus, I want to be the next Paul, I want to be the next Platinum Kids?
I mean, it's just to continue working and just always, no matter what. I think the thing that worked for me and Paul so well in this business is just remaining humble. Because when you're humble, you're likable. And for a lot of things to happen in this business, you have to be likable. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people out there that's way more talented than I am. And they make the talent get to them head where the ego surpass their talent. You understand? And once your ego surpasses your talent, you're not likable. It kind of it defeats the whole thing. It defeats the whole thing. So it's just no matter how good people tell you are or how whatever, you know what I mean, your friend them hype you up or whatever. You just try to remain humble and just always be ready to learn. Always be ready to learn. That's the next thing that has worked for me. You know what I mean? I have good friends in that industry like Jabba, where when me and Jabba link and Jabba say, you know what I mean? Alright, when me and Jabba link, I'm already to my little surrounding and my little circle. Me the man in that little circle, and then, you know what I mean? Then Jabba start link now and start up on the road and thing, and they must show me and say, oh brother, you're bad, but you have to understand the world is bigger than Bronx. Cause at that time I was just a hot Bronx selector, just hot. World bigger than Bronx, and once you can take telling and take learning and just be willing to listen. Don't think that at no point that you're too big to learn from somebody else. Once you can learn, you can grow. You understand? And that's all it is. You set goals to yourself, and once you achieve that goal, you just know that there's a next goal. And how are you gonna get there? You have to have some kind of direction. You have to have somebody to point in that direction. So if you're not willing to listen, if you feel like you know it all, or you have this plan in your head and that plan you have to stick to, it's not gonna work.
And you know, I kind of want to shape off the interview now because it's been very informative. But I can't. What's one of the biggest moments in your career where you look back and you say, "Whoa!" When I tell the grand pick me them, I want to tell them about them 3-4 moments, you know, where yo, my feet, you know what I mean?
It's definitely a few of them. I think definitely one of the major ones was when Bojo got locked up, and then he got released, and he did that concert in Miami before he went in. And when we play at that concert and level it. When I say level the park, when play that concert and level the park and, you know what I mean, get up the next day and you see we name a mention in a star and clean and this and that and all kind of thing. Just to be a part of that historic moment. And not only just to be a part of it, but just to be mentioned in it. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, you were just there and whatever.
Yeah, you affected it.
Right, you had something to do with it. I think that's definitely something that I'll never forget. Being that where I come from, the era where Butcher, the man, and, you know what I mean? And just to be a part of that, that's definitely something that I'll never forget. And quite a few other, you know, just certain events. Definitely winning US Rumble is something that that I'll never forget, because everybody know whereas, yeah, they can juggle, they can this, they can make the girl in party or whatever, but we know, so we grew up on a sound clash, and then we was able to enter a sound clash and really won and went to work clash and all of that. Yeah, that's definitely, you know what I mean.
So, wait, I remember, because me I show you, you know, say, what that, 2017?
So, yeah, 2017.
I think we did it 2017, you know. And oh yeah, we kill them with look out for Obia so there.
Yeah, black man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but you know, you sweet. A lot of people now, you sweet. You kind of use your talent, your gift, and make people them start enjoy themselves.
Party.
You know what I'm saying?
You turn it. Man, I'm Chinta would say we turn them clash into a party.
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
And people start move, and you know what I mean? Because a certain crowd go clash thing. Yeah. And you make the clash thing turn more of like a party vibe, yeah, man. Yeah. And that was what, for North America, for like.
Yeah, so we represented the US.
The US, yeah. That's great, man. One more thing, like so you mentioned Jabba. Anybody else where you want some honorable mentions out, like?
Yo, the list is very long. The list is very long. And that's the whole thing where me say, just remain humble and make and likable, because that way people always want to give you a helping hand. You know what I mean? And there's so much. It goes back from Squeeze, from Link Up. You know what I mean? That's the first person that put us on radio. You know what I mean? Jiggy Friday days and all of that. Back from that, you talk about Rich Kid, Stainless Sound. He's the one that told Squeeze or who's there, but you know, them youth are bad at them, I run the place locally, or them have little girl, them have thing, put them on Jiggy Friday. Jiggy Friday is definitely one of the event that had the most influence on our career. Jiggy Friday.
Which part are you trying to keep
So Jiggy Friday started originally in Club D, and that was in New Rochelle. Then it moved to a place called Emerald Lounge on South Bronx. Then it moved to Wild Palm.
Okay, remember the Wild Palms one.
Right. So Jiggy Friday, you're talking about in them days, used to have 1,500 people every Friday, and any selector knows that you playing at a weekly event that has that amount of people coming from everywhere. It's not just Bronx people, you have people coming from everywhere and coming to see you perform every Friday. And that's how our name got out there that much, because you'd have all these people coming to this big event and going back to wherever they come from, Long Island, Brooklyn, Connecticut. People was flying in, and when they come to New York, they know say a Jiggy Friday.
Jiggy Friday is a must.
It's a must. So they'll come and they'll see us and they'll go back to where they'll come from. And you know what I mean? I remember the first time we played in Aruba, I didn't even go, because back to me I get in trouble and whatever. So I couldn't, at that time I couldn't move. So Paul went and Paul called and was like, yo brother, you can't believe it. I walk in at the hotel, in at the lobby, it's a Jiggy Friday DVD I play. In the lobby at the hotel. And I wait up on stage and I said, yeah, it's things. So that actually had the biggest impact on making Platinum Kids. Is that event. It went on for about 4 to 5 years when I'm talking about Ram Champ every Friday. So a lot of people that at that time learned about us through that event. And then, you know what I mean? It just spread from there.
So this is a clue, like, you know, this is the journey. But you know, we are our clothing company as well, the Bridge Official, and it wouldn't be, I'll be beside myself and never ask you a fashion question, right? What's your favorite brand?
Crazy enough, I don't have a favorite brand. I'm a freestyler, like, you know what I mean? I can't go high-end, I can't go cheap, I can't go this, I can't go that. I just, you know what I mean? Got you. I'll make it the bridge stay. I'm going to get some bridge song, guys. You know, just like you would start out, they say, said black live pan and thing, and we are try a thing, you know? No, and I would love collaborate with people that's
disciplined people that's a go-getters and people that's about their thing, and as I say, humble and hardworking people. I will see that. You know what I mean? And you're talking about like, you know, you can't take flowers to the bank, but you deserve your flowers. As I said, how much years now? Say more than 17 years in the business.
It started officially in 1999, so that's
1999.
22 years.
1999.
22 years.
You deserve your flowers. You deserve your flowers. Top selector, top promoter, top management. Markus Platinum. I want to event to sell off Platinum Kids and big up your shout out your brother Paul.
Yeah, man, Paul, big up Paul, man. Right now, I tell him say I have to look interview him and say can't make it today. I know I sell a house and all kind of something. So I'm gone.
Another time, man. Because this won't be the last time.
Yeah,
but Markus, thanks for, you know what I mean, showing up. Thanks for giving us a few out of your busy schedule. You see me? More love and respect, more prosperity, more blessings and everything.
Yeah, man, I see him to the eye them and what heap of luck with the brand and all that.
Respect. And, you know, I just want to show your appreciation from the brand, and because, as I say, we work with a lot of people now where we see the potential and you have all of the characteristics where the bridge stand for and thing, and just something from us to you, and you know what I mean? Yeah, I look at your package and thing, from the bridge and thing, you see me? Yeah, one get a you to the next.
Yeah, the thing I like more than clothes are free clothes.
Respect.
Good luck with the brand.
Bridge, that's right, but that's our respect.